Hello folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction's all over the internet. On this channel, do book hauls, do book reviews, both physical and digital media, audiobooks, and so much more. So last week I did a video about books and tariffs, and yesterday, according to the internet, yesterday was the tariffs that people have been dreading. People with more than one collective brain cell. So even my brother believes that these tariffs are bad news. And if you look at the historical nature of tariffs, they are all bad. So what does it have to do with the books? Well, today I'm off, and I went to the store because I had to get change for $5. They have a bank inside. It's not a big bank. It's just a little tiny little hole in the wall, but they have money. And I got change for $5 because I got to do my laundry today. And I went over to the book section because, of course, I want to see how is Myers battling these tariffs so that at least people can afford something. And thankfully, when I went to the book section, they have a bargain bin, which is like books that are 80% off. So if you are interested in a deal, you can definitely check out the bargain bin. There was one book that was like $7. It was a hardback. I don't remember the title of the book. There was also books that have been on the shelf for quite some time. So those books, they're not impacted by the tariffs. So as a avid reader and as somebody who is going to have to watch their money, I'm only making one big purchase this month, and then after that, no more big purchases until things happen. So for people that don't know, and because I've done a lot of videos, I am buying a Nook Glow Light, the new Nook Glow Light, the updated version of it. And after that, I'm going to stick to discounted ebooks and free books. So if the newest book is not discounted, then I am not going to buy it. I'm going to either try to get it on Kindle Unlimited or try to get it from the library. Another way that I'm going to save money on books is, of course, get them from the library. Get them from the library. As I said, get them for free off of Barnes & Noble, the under $3 crowd, all that type of stuff. That will save me a ton of money when it comes to my purchases. So as I said, the Nook is going to be my last big purchase for a while. I am hoping at some point this year I will be able to afford the Bobapedic. I need it badly because I have acid reflux, and it doesn't matter that I sleep on my left side. I still have it coming up, and when it does something else, and I'm not going to go into that because that is just TMI, too much information. Also being in my late 40s, I'm reaching the end of my thing, so other things happen, and women who are in their 50s, they know what I'm talking about. So they actually have a cooling gel that you put on top of your bed, and it will keep your body cool. I need that. I really need that. So I'm probably going to be spending more for the Bobapedic because of the tariffs, but I'm willing to spend whatever amount of money I need to in order to get sleep. And also you can adjust the firmness or the softness of the bed, which is going to help my back. So yeah, I mean, I've had back problems since I was like 16. When I pulled my back for the first time, my mother actually heard it, And she was like, you pulled your back. And I'm like, what? It was what I was like, huh? So yeah. So I'm going to do what I have to do, not only to get a different bed, but also to get a way to where I can keep my body temperature good and I'm not suffering. But I also get free pillows. So the pillows that they are including for free, they actually you actually can stay cool with it. So everything's about staying cool. Everything's about staying cool. It's adjustable, so I can lift it up, and there my diaphragm can stay like above my stomach, and I won't have those issues. So yeah, so tariffs are, I'm going to really feel them when I go to buy the Bobapedic. I'm also going to feel them when I help my brother buy a new refrigerator. So yeah, because my brother wants a new refrigerator. He went to Best Buy. He saw the one I was talking about. He loved it. He's like, oh, we could put our drinks in here. I'm like, yeah, you put your drinks in there. It's just, it's more room. I can put more food in there. I'm also planning on to buy a deep freezer to add more frozen food, so that it we'll have more food and we don't have to shop so much. But yeah, so that's important for me, is not going to the store every week to buy food. But getting back to books, I have no idea about if, I know that Canada is going to do retaliatory tariffs. That's a fact. I believe I mentioned that in the video. But it is just like, I just feel like that as book lovers, that everyone loves their physical books. I love my physical books as much as anyone. But I feel like that, that we're all pawns in some kind of sick game that is going on. But yeah, it's something else. So continuing on with the book section of the video, I am halfway through Librarian of Burned Books, and I started reading that a couple of days ago. And the Librarian of Burned Books is basically, it takes place during World War II. And it starts initially during World War II, then we have a little bit before World War II and all that. And I will literally say, if you do not like scenes where women are being beaten by men, you are definitely not going to like this book. Because there's a scene in the book where a woman is being beaten by brown shirts. Now, the brown shirts, for people that don't know, historically, the brown shirts were members of the, I'm thinking brown shirts are Hitler's youth group. I wonder. Anyways, they're affiliated with the Nazis. And they have this guy in this scene, and that, the crowd is egging these people on, because they have bought into the lie that that there's communists and there's Jews and there's other people that are trying to undermine Germany. And people have to understand, Hitler was not born in Germany. He was born in Austria. By the way, the Austria government does not recognize him either. And he blamed all the problems mainly on the Jews. And so this scene, you got a woman, she's married to this man who is a Jew, and she is not. She is a Gentile. What she is being called is what skinheads like to call white women who marry black men. And there might be some people of color that also might use this word as well. Especially people that don't like the idea that there's interracial marriage. And they exist. They exist. Trust me. Every freaking group of people have these kinds of people among them that they don't know. They don't know this is what their friend believes until they open their mouth and say it. And then they're like, oh my God, why am I friends with her? Race traitor. And what this particular offense, why people did not like, the reason that people used this word was to, first of all, make a point that she has turned her back on the white race and by marrying a Jew. This is very anti-Semitic. This is very, I would say, racist. Racist. It definitely is racist, especially when other people use it. It is one of the things that really set the Nazis apart from other people. These people actively attacked and tortured the shit out of women who married Jews or married gypsies or all the other people. So this one woman who was born in the United States, she comes over to Germany on a cultural exchange program. And at first, she does not see what the problem is with Hitler. She doesn't. And she even gets a copy of Ma Kampf, that's how you pronounce it. And this is actually, it was banned in Germany for a really long time. But now you can read it if you like for research and all that type of stuff. It helps you better understand the sick mind of these people. When she realizes that they're basically going after people just on the basis of who they married, and in fact also she knows people that happen to be lesbians, she realizes that Germany is being complacent and they're allowing Hitler's poison to seep in under the guise of like protecting law-abiding German people. Now her experience in Germany does not paint her in a very positive light in America. So she comes back to America because she's mentioned by one of the other women in the book as, she's being accused of being a Nazi sympathizer. And this is during the time when we knew, yeah, the Nazis are bad. The Nazis are really bad. So another thing that happens in this book, because I'm halfway through this book, so this is not a complete book review of Librarian of Burned Books. So in America, we have Taft. Now, he's a senator. Now, I don't know if he's based on an actual person or not. I gotta look that up. But he is for censorship. So there's a group that sends books to the front lines, and their job is to ensure that men have something to read. Well, Senator Taft is very much against the kinds of books that are being shipped to the front line, like Adventures of Tom Sawyer, different things like that. Like, I don't know, like, what was it? One of the books was mentioned. I know Tom Sawyer. I don't remember the other ones. Some of them come back with blood because the person died with the book. And our character says basically that if this book had waited a couple of weeks, it would not have been allowed to be sent out. So what basically is going on is you have America, especially Senator Taft, who is openly against Roosevelt. And there was a lot of senators in America that were against Roosevelt. And basically he's trying to railroad Roosevelt's pet project. There's a book that came out that was almost banned, and then Eleanor Roosevelt got involved, so it got to be kept. So this book is all about two kinds of censorship. Censorship that has no smoke and no fire, and the ones that do. So you have these two different periods. All in all, so far it is just as good as the Boxcar Librarian. I was when I was over at Myers, this lady was looking through the bin and she was like, "Hey, do you recommend any really good books?" And I told her the Boxcar Librarian. She thought that the title sounded familiar, and I brought it up on my phone. She's like, "Oh, I need to check that out." I definitely checked that out, lady. Definitely. But yeah. So all in all, the Librarian of Burned Books is really, really good. It really is a lesson in censorship and about how books can bring hope to people that really, really need it. We're having this whole thing with censorship as well. And I told my brother, I said, yep, this is how they're going to censor books. They're going to make librarians and people decide which books are they going to actually bring in and everything. So, yeah, I'm also continuing on with Murder at the Mayfield Hotel. I'm going to be absolutely honest with that one. I am not sure if I'm even going to buy the second book because it's kind of like weird. The other book that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to get hate. I returned that book early. That book was too confusing. I'm just like, no. I am starting on the Country Store Mystery. I think it's book number 7. When I get paid next week, I'm actually going to buy book number 9 because I have book number 8. But yeah, so getting to the tariffs, I will be mostly paying for my Kindle Unlimited because I can read as many books as I want and everything. So I really have to consider about, Alright, so I will see you around, and until next time, keep reading. Bye.